Yeah, that was nice to see because, when they disallowed the field goal, you could see their bench elevate, they're jumping up and down, and I was a little worried that we'd get a little deflated going into second overtime, and yet, I don't know, we outscored them, was it 17-4 or something like that, so I thought it was, what was that?
17-5.
17-5, so I mean, just a great, 5-minute spurt there, so I thought our ladies really responded well, especially, I did, out of the corner of my eye, I saw Bemidji jumping up and down when they disallowed it, and our girls, could just see in their faces a little bit, but really proud. And then the next night, we had such a great start, just rolled right off of that. That might have been about our best first half that we played all year.
Are you pleased with how that mental edge continued into the next game, and it wasn't just yay, we celebrate this win?
Yeah, and we talked about that because that kind of happened to us earlier in the season against Mankato. We had that nice overtime win, and yet we come out, played a decent first half against Concordia St. Paul, had the lead, and then just come out and had a terrible second half. So it was just nice to see the ladies respond. I thought we had more energy this time around this Saturday night, and both those were nice wins. I tried, it was a week ago, and I said how good Bemidji State had improved, and they showed it the next night. Even after a double overtime win, they went down to Marion and beat them by 11.
How about confidence-wise getting a sweep like that?
Yeah, and I think I told our ladies the weekend before when we went and to Southwest State and Sioux Falls that I said I really think even though we split that weekend, we had such a bad first quarter at Sioux Falls, but after that we got the lead late in the game and they're a really good team. And I said this might be the springboard for the rest of the year. This might jumpstart us for the rest of the year, and I sure hope it did because now we come out and swept this past weekend and now we're just one game back of fifth place, which is our goal.
I think the team had more of an edge just being back at home for the first time in a few weeks.
Yeah, that those road trips take a lot out of you. And again, you don't realize how late you get in. Friday night, after you get done playing that game, we go to the next destination. There are some schools in our league that get to travel separately, but we're so far away, removed from them that we have to travel together. So we have to wait for the men to get over and shower and do all that. So we often don't get in until midnight, 1 a.m. in the morning. And then they have to get up, and sometimes that shoot around, since they're 3:30 games, is at 9:30. And it's really tough on the road. And those 2 straight long road trips, getting back at 4:30 in the morning on Sunday. And so it's nice to be home, and it's nice to be home for 2 straight weekends.
Do you think this season's offense is finding close to its full potential the way that Maddie and Mariah have been playing as of late?
Maddie and Mariah and Carrie too. I think Carrie had a little bit of a down week, but Carrie's been really carrying us. She had a 34-point game not too long ago, and we really rely on those 3 a lot. But what's nice to see is Haley Hildebrand's kind of come into her own, and when Haley, this past weekend was a great example. I didn't think it was a good matchup for Haley on Friday night with the big strong girl they had. So Anna Counts come in on Friday night and did a fantastic job for us. Then the second night against Crookston, it was a little different matchup again in the post, and I thought Raina Strand come in. So I think we're getting some nice play out of our post. And then finally, Whitney had her first double-double of her career. And then you had Callie Delsman, who I think is starting to come into her own as well. So I think we're getting more balance, and that's really great to see.
Well, this weekend, Augustana and Wayne, what do you know about them?
Well, Augustana is tied for first in the South. At one time, just a month ago, they were number 12 in the nation, according to one poll. So obviously they're really good. The problem Augustana is going to present to us is they're going to just throw the kitchen sink at you. They've got 3 different presses, full court presses they're going to show. They have 4 different half court defenses they're going to show, so they're just going to continually change. You never know what's coming at you. They push the ball, so they come at you in waves that make it a really intense 40-minute game. And like I said, they're number 1 in the South right now. And then the second night, Wayne State is tied for third. So they're kind of like us. They're really, jockeying for position right now. They want to be at home, come the playoffs. And right now, being tied for third, this is a huge weekend for them. So we've got the number 1 and 3 teams in the South coming in. So we know how difficult it is. To be honest with you, if we got a split this weekend, I would be pretty satisfied with that. Obviously, we will, attempt always to sweep, but a split wouldn't be the worst thing in this world, just because, we got 2 really quality opponents come in. But, I look at the other schedules. The other 2 that were fighting for that 5th place are both on the road. Both have 2 really difficult games coming up. So, you know, like I said, we've got, with 8 games to go, that our eye on 5th place.
So what's kind of your outlook just to get to that 5th place moving forward?
Well, I think if you look back a while ago, maybe 5th was a little too optimistic. You know, it didn't look good, but our girls are playing a lot better now. And just being 1 game out, and the good thing is we get to play those teams. Like we just got done with Bemidji Crooks, and we get to play them, and that's who we're chasing for the 5th spot. And so, you know, if to tell you the truth, if we could split every weekend from here on in, all 4 weekends, I'd be a pretty happy camper with that. Just, you know, we got a couple on the road that we know how difficult that will be, and then we know how good our opponents are coming in. But like I said, I got a neat note from one of the coaches that Minot State's a scary team to play, you know, because they know, she said that you've been in every game virtually except for 3. So they know they're going to have a dogfight with us, and that's something I'm proud of the ladies, that no matter what the circumstances, we seem like we're in every game right up to the buzzer.